Well, hello. Welcome to this um game that actually happened in a tournament. And actually, I had got some new things. I'm in a different place, and I actually moved into a new home. And also, I got haircut. And you can see my other games. But I'm going after this video. I'm gonna do like more like opening videos because it'll help you in the game, and then also we'll do some like I'm just giving you a head start. So yeah, and then if you want to know how to play chess, that's really important. Yeah, of course I'll teach you, but it might take 30 minutes to teach. So it's like mostly like it's a long game. Okay, so people who know chess, this is for my people who know chess. The next video probably I will how to play chess, it's most likely a chance of actually I will do that video. So yeah, let's get started on this game. I was one and this was not my friend exactly. I was just playing a random opponent. Not random opponent. What am I saying? I was just playing my friend Nilaksh Singh, and he was one of my friends in my chess class. I just challenged him, and it was in a tournament, round two, and in this case, I actually won the tournament. I was up to the higher rating, but we as first place because we draw to each other. So it was at the end game. I was like 5 seconds left, and I had to play quick. But also, it was jumbled. My brain was jumbled up with all school stuff because it was Sunday. Oh, not Sunday, Saturday. It was almost school time. Somewhere. Yeah. So excuse me. Let's go straight on this game. The first move in the game was e4, e5, knight f3 attacking the weakness on e5 one and d6 and pause the video to find this opening out, and I'll give you a few seconds to find this thing out, and you can wait. I'm just gonna just stay here, and then you can like find this move out. I'm just gonna give you a hint. It starts with the P. Congratulations to people who have it. And this is the Philadelphia descent. But the Petra, well, at first I thought this was Petrov's. This is Petrov's actually. So yeah. So in the game he played D6, C3 was played, knight F6 happened, C4 happened. C6 happened, and this was kind of an inaccuracy because it's sort of because it's 10. Well, it's sort of you're like too worried to do like let's say you're playing bishop b5. That's the problem because now the knight is pinned, and let's say your queen was here and the pawn was here or something, and the knight was here and it was in here. You'll be in big trouble because captures. Your king is in big trouble, and the rook is in big trouble. And then once you the queen will already be like somewhere here because it will be like protecting this knight because this knight is coming to the king, but it's also going for this square, which is even worse because it's going for the seventh rank, which destroys Black's army structure, which is pretty it's like a fortress, a wall. There's a little path to go in it. My fortress, it's kind of blocked because if you go this way, captures. This way, captures. But you have this little guarding the square on d4, so you might be able to play this move. Um, K D4, and all this will be another KD4. Then finally there's a PD4, which will pretty be good because then you can just you can exactly, you're pretty in a bad position for block. What am I saying? You're pretty in a bad position if you're white because you have to move the knight, but also you can just check by that, and you could also move your knight here, but it would be just the same thing, and the knight would only be here. Will already be captured. That would be no. So yes, but as you know, this handy dandy move, keyboard, you can't play that because exactly, whoa, you can't play that. So that's sad, right? In the move, I play castles. Whoa, I play castles, and then it's kind of an accuracy because there's actually a good move. Well, not a good move. I should move. Instead of playing this move, I could have played well, not D5, but D5 is just blunder, but also D4 is pretty good, but there's most attackers on it, so that's a bummer. But actually, there's a few moves that we might be able to do. Well, exactly. So yeah. So in the move I play castles, and now look what he did. He made a mistake, but I would say it was an accuracy. An accuracy because it's better than a mistake. Because look what's happening. Because look, now white is in a bad position. Because these two are being attacked, but this pawn is mostly being attacked by the knight. So the pawn is handling this guy. This is handling this. So it's gonna be most likely of this losing the pawn. But after you do this, because you will lose your knight here, which is actually going for the king. But you also have a little bit of the diagonal. But once you go to the edge of the board, this is attack. The pawn is attacking h3, and if you attack this pawn, this pawn is actually taking this. It takes up the square, and it's mostly here in bad position. Well, this is it's sort of a mistake, but you're pretty in bad position once you play this, because once you play actually this move, you're attacking the knight, and if once you capture this, it's a bad move because captures, and that's actually a blunder. So because there's an easy move, of course, d5, and then you're up 3 points, and then basically what happens is you're in a super bad position because actually, well, my mouse is going crazy. So because once this knight is captured, you still have this diagonal, but once this is here, it's also bad for white, but yeah, it's bad for white. So yeah. Well, that cannot happen today. Oh, whoa. That's not what I wanted. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Wait. Was at this part? Yes. No, wait. Sorry. So it's taking so long. It's my bad. My bad. Moves. Once. Sorry, my bad. You can just gonna interfere a bit, but you won't get to have that much time for it. That one, that one, that one. Sorry. Sometimes you just want to use sorry it's taking me so long. Okay, just this, yeah. Swap. Yes. So in this position, I actually captured and some. I won't be explaining with my mouse now. Well, I kind of will be with my mouse now. So as you can see, I actually captured the pawn. That's actually free pawn. This is an inaccuracy. It leads into a trap of A3. Well, exactly. It takes up one of the knight square. And once it takes up all the knight square, it's trapped. Once it's trapped, you have to give away that piece. Once you give away that piece, you're in a bad position. Once you're in a bad position, you'll lose the game. Once you lose the game, you if you keep on doing it, giving free like spaces to the other person, you won't improve. Okay, so listen to your coach. You're still making these, but I'm kind of making these problems, but I'm mostly fixed them. E3 happened, which was an inaccuracy for white because ham is actually white. Because it takes up white space, but it's under the control of black's pawn. Because these two are the kings and queens. Let's say the black is the queen. This is actually under the control of this because they're on black side because this queen now is taking up the diagonal. But let's say if you just play like D2, which would be bad move, it actually blocks out the queen from taking this advantage. And once you do here, it's a blockade and it'll stop here. And then actually won't because it's a blockade here. But it's not really a blockade now because blockade, look, now it's a blockade. But look, the knight and the queen. And also the blockade, and it's taking up this, which will eventually this one will fall. So there'll be two attackers on this. The defenders are here. Exactly. So it's pretty much easy. So what happened in the game was G4, which was an accuracy. Because well, it was not really much of an accuracy because look at this. He could have just captured this pawn, captures. 3. He's up 3 points. Boom, he'll be winning. And white is only up 1 point. He could be up 2 points. Or maybe 3 if he captures a pawn. Well, he will capture a pawn. So in that case, he'll up 3 points. And then that will all be we played this extreme inaccuracy D4. I played H3 because you know like you always want to push the bishop out, but the reason why but it's kind of a mistake because once it's H3 it leads into a trap. Well, not a trap for white, actually traps itself because once it's only free for the knight, actually it's not because once it gets captures, and this square will be attacked. Boom, you're in a lost position. This rook will keep on being staying there. It'll be blocked by this queen, which will be attacking this king diagonal, which is the king diagonal is super weak. They won't attack it because I could just take this free and thank you. Boom, you're in big trouble. So yes, once he captured my knight, it's a big problem because sorry. Once it's this position. Excuse me. Once it's this position, actually, it's pretty bad because actually, look what's happening. Because now, remember what I said. Because when the knight takes up this space only, it's bad. Because once it gets captured, which just happened to me, you're in a losing position. But this ended in a draw. He did not attack that square. So yeah, I'm just getting my charge because my slow on charge. Yeah, use the charge. I need the charge. Daddy. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here until my dad gets the charger. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, sorry, my bad. So remember what I said. Once it takes up this space, it's pretty much a losing position. I'm gonna change spots to my dining table. And as you can see, so instead of talking about houses, let's actually talk about it. So look what happens because now uh, one charge. Some people might call it other things, but I call it chargers. So yes. Now we can go back to the video. Sorry. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so basically what happens is now it's equal position because actually this knight is getting attacked while actually this pawn is getting this knight is getting weaker and weaker when it stays there. Because once the guard gets no, let's explain this. Let's say a soccer player was just standing here the whole entire game. He's going to be weaker and weaker because his team is going to need him. But he can't just call up like scream. If he screams into the sky, he won't be able. He will be running back, but he won't be able to because he's stuck with so many defenders. Let's say what was defend the defenders? There will be so next to be next to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders, and technically 6 on the pawn on d5. But you're actually attacking it because. But also, once you take this, take that. So pretty much losing, right? Yeah. So there's actually these two count in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 defenders versus 1 attacker. That's bad because obviously the defenders would win. And then this clumped up position, there's only one knight and one pawn going for one whole army. That's bad. You one whole because Wei is actually in a better position because look at the destruction. It's combining together. But when it's going like a zigzag, it's sort of. But once it goes with two into Black's fortress, it's actually going to get weak because when it's so crowded with so many pieces around it, it's actually going to be weaker because once it gets captured, you lose a point. But you don't exactly lose a point; they just get a point, and you don't lose any points. So yeah. So yes, and this man is too forward. Let's say in a soccer game, there's one player who was going towards the goal, and no one ever passed him. Why? Because he's going alone. He's not. If he goes with the team, they can just pass to each other, dribble through the people, and score a goal. Well, and when I was playing soccer on Sunday, last Sunday, they were actually not, they were doing the same thing in this. One person was going for the goal. Well, actually I was actually, because then I'll have the option. But Lucas, one of my friends, his name is Lucas Lee. He should be actually the what is it called, the striker spot. We were playing what is it called, a possession, and he should be in the spot where striker should be, but I went further into the field, so he would be somebody would be an option to pass to me, dribble through the people and kick an amazing goal, and that will be a pass goal. So pass goals are good. So yes, C2 happened, and that was inaccuracy because now it goes closer, but also taking one of the attackers out, basically. We're pretending this is soccer, okay? So it's taking one of the attackers out, but it leads into more trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. That's bad. You got one more strike. One more strike in, which is this rook on F1. It takes this diagonal most. But once this gets attacked, the knight will get attacked because once you move this bishop here, make position. So let's say I actually put something like rook E1. That's wonderful. Let's say well actually let's say played something like B5, which is good. Once he played this move, captures, it's losing. So this, it's most like a winning position. So actually, let's say I actually played the worst blunder move. That once you capture this, it's bad position. When it comes to this, what happens? Okay. What happens? Let me do this one. Capture. Captures. Captures. Book. Captures. Amazing. Now you have to move the queen. Yeah, but I have to run. Amazing. So yes. So position as normal. I actually did. Just okay, so I played rook e1, which was sort of like the only move, but it was actually the only move, but only if you just the rook. So now my queen got capped. It got here, but there's actually a few moves that will make it winning. And B, you can pause the video and actually find it out. But I'm just gonna do e3. Is one, and then once you do e3, once you play queen e2, go for it. Sorry, my bad. So well. Okay, so I'll play f4. This is a pretty simple because now two pieces can attack one piece. And look what's happening now. Now look what's happening. Now so many of the defenders are attacking white's attacker. Now it's clumped up, and two defenders are attacking one attacker, which will be an awesome shot to get one of these out. The striker is actually the knight here, which has got clumped up, and the striker is the one who goes on the field and will actually do most of the stuff. But since it's not, the center mid, which is the pawn on e5, will have to go for something like not this one. They have to go. You need to have more attack on that this pawn, so it have support when it gets captured. Like you get like close to up to a defender or attacker or something like that. Once you get close up to them, it's bad because once you get the ball, immediately the defender or attacker will get the ball, strike the ball into the goal, but also they might do a throw in, and there might be a chance for you to do a high kick into the goal. If you go to high kicks, you might win against my goalie Jack and Jake. Jake. I forgot which one. I was thinking of Jack. No, Jake. Jack. I get confused with those names. Jake and Jack. Jake and Jack. Okay, so yes. So in the game, I actually played E1, and this is an awesome blunder. It's extreme blunder because there's an amazing move. The amazing move is Queen E5. Well, it's not that good to actually go for that because there's actually a better move. B5 is one good move because once you go for this move, it's pretty bad. So you have to play knight E7, which will lead into a trap, which is actually E7. Once you play E7, so yeah, E7, then captures check, and yeah, it's captures, and it's mostly likely a winning position, and you might win this game, but it's mostly a position of white winning because look at this. It's just the crowd standing there, but it's actually making a blockade. So be careful. Once it makes blockades, the people standing there, it's not a winning position. It's an equal position actually because look at the structure of white. It's broken up since this pawn, the E pawn got lost. The D pawn has got built on the fall pressures king a lot, which then the king will get mad and start going for the pawns, which will be bad. They'll be good for end games. So, but better pieces in the end games will make draws. But if you go like for a rook, it's mostly a good position. But once they just draw with the rook, it might be best to just promote to a pawn. Well, you actually can promote to a pawn. It's most likely winning if you come out to a queen, that's a block about to a block. It's not come out to a knight. You don't bishop. You don't. There's nothing to keep it there. And see what happens. Okay. So in the game, yeah, let's go back a lot of things. So again. I actually played there are two E moves, and then after this I played G5. It's going for the knight, and it's a strong position, and it really moves to center. And there's more things because now it's an accuracy because once you do C8, it's most losing because once it captures the knight, it's most losing position. I played E1, but I was supposed to play E2. It glitched out, and then the game goes. The interesting part starts. E1 happened. Captures happened. What happened? E4 happened, which was a blunder, and that was an extreme blunder because this amazing move. Yes. So there's amazing move, and it was F6 because now look what happens. Now it attacks that, but also the knight is eventually gonna fall. But you at least got the rook, so it's good. In this position, he was up to take 4 points or something. I forgot. It was up 7 points. But I played this move E5 going for his thing. Remember what I said. Work as a team. You don't want to just like one person go out for the thing. Just one person like, hey, I'm going out. And then you just run on the field, run. And then you're surrounded with defenders. And then one you'll actually basically lose the game. Because once if you only just run, man, would you rather just playing goals without your team, just by yourself, or would you rather just play like passing and make one goal? Well, yes, just pass, just keep on passing, score one goal. If it's a one-player game, yes, I would say score 20 goals. That's like amazing. So yeah, you could win the game because it's whoa. So I played E5 and then D6, E4, E8 happened. I captured the pawn. Of course, you captured the pawn. This is an accuracy. He went back for F8, keeping the rook on the same diagonal, and it pressures it. Once I played E5, my opponent went totally wrong until the last move of the game. The last few moves of the game, I was crazy. So A6 happened, which is it was a triple question mark because it was an incomplete winning position. Of course, I'll play A6. Captures happen. Once you capture this, it's a winning win because look at how much. But it's mostly like a broke because now the pawn structure is broke, so you have to go by yourself actually now. But you can actually go for groups. This can go actually for a group because H pawn got already up. So it's most likely this pawn, this versus these. These will win. These versus this is most likely this of winning. This versus this. This is obviously going to win because you can't really move like, let's say, you can't really move this here unless the pawn is here. You could actually capture here, but that would be it's crazy. So yes. 6 happened, moving up the pawn, but as I said, you can stay with your teammate. But it will actually be good because eventually, let's say 1 versus 5. It's better if you play 1, 2 versus 5. I always play like unfair games. Not unfair. I just do like a game of possession 1 versus 3, a 3v1, and because like those players are like good, but I'm like extremely good. So yes. C7 happened, and that's you capture the pawn on the 7th rank. And once you capture all the pawns on the 7th rank, the king is actually like it's getting like madder because it actually can't move up exactly because the rook is cutting it. Let's say the rook was a scissors and the king was a paper. It doesn't want him to go to the 7th rank because what will happen? Yes, it will get cut and boom. So yeah, you can't actually move there because she needs to get cut. So yes, A happened, E7, and then the game went on and on and on. And yeah, it's most likely it goes into a draw, and yeah, and yes. So I can show you the moves. F8, yeah, that's what happens. And it's most likely then you just like keep on moving. And it takes a long time when you're with Brooke because you actually just check them. And it's most in the same position. And this, and I'll go get to the interesting part. This was the interesting part when I got to 18 seconds. This is when I got 5 seconds. This is when I got 1 second. This is when I got 10 seconds. And this is a draw because of repetition. So and yes. So I once again this is the second round, and we can also just look on my video, my other videos that I post on my YouTube channel. Learn more chess, and um as you know, I'm going to post a video of how to play chess, and I'm going to take a like a year break when some 7. That'll be like half 2 quarters. My birthday is March 9th, 2015, and that's actually that's when I was born, 25th. So yes, I hope you have a great day. And this was the winning position. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and yes, and I hope and that was the game, and that was a tough game, and I hope you just learn more chess, check out more of chess, and look at other people in games that like the Indian grandmasters that they won the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics. I don't know if you watched, but the Tokyo Olympics, India won for chess because there are a lot of Indian grandmasters like Nanda, Nihal Sarin, Adiba, and there's more and more and more. And there's barely any American grandmasters. The only one I know, I forgot his name. Yeah, so far I only know one grandmaster who's American. Yeah, I mean, so I hope you have a great day. Check more videos out, and um, yeah, that's all. So